Welcome to the Whispers of the Unknown, where dark secrets come to life. Former mechanic Jeff Karpoff used his business, DC Solar, to mastermind a billion-dollar swindle, convincing affluent investors that they were investing in the future of green energy. He marketed solar-powered generators that did not exist. This Ponzi scheme attracted well-known targets by promising large returns through tax benefits. Karpoff utilized the money to support an extravagant lifestyle. But in 2018, his scam was discovered. He was taken into custody, charged, and given a 30-year prison term. A total of almost $1 billion was lost in the hoax, which affected many well-known investors who were duped by Karpoff's claims of groundbreaking solar energy technology. Let's get started. Number 7. Business setup. DC Solar was developed by Jeff Karpoff, who claimed to be able to construct solar-powered generators on trailers. Due to the promise of large profits through tax breaks, this company concept was especially alluring to wealthy investors. Karpoff capitalized on the increased interest in sustainability and renewable energy by establishing DC Solar as a cutting-edge solar energy firm. He was able to establish credibility with prospective investors by telling a gripping story about how solar-powered generators may offer dependable and sustainable energy solutions. Many people found resonance in the idea of backing a business that was both successful and ecologically conscious, which made it simpler for Karpoff to obtain capital. Additionally, the promise of tax benefits from investing in renewable energy further incentivized investors to put their money into DC Solar. Number 6. Ponzi scheme. Karpoff ran a traditional Ponzi scam in which he paid off previous investors with funds from new ones. This kept up the appearance of profitability and drew in more investors who were keen to get in on what appeared to be a profitable venture. Since the sale of operational solar generators brought in little to no money, the program had to rely on constant infusions of fresh funding to stay afloat. Karpoff maintained the plan for years by promising abnormally high profits and utilizing the money from new investors to pay dividends to previous ones, persuading many that DC Solar was a prosperous company. Karpoff's ability to consistently draw in new investors was crucial to the Ponzi scheme's survival. He accomplished this by fabricating success stories and using the funds from these investors to settle debts owed to previous ones. Number 5. Deception tactics. Karpoff used advanced deception techniques to win over prospective investors, bribing a T-Mobile employee to sign a fictitious contract, claiming that T-Mobile was leasing generators from DC Solar is one prominent case. This fictitious collaboration served as proof to persuade investors and other businesses that DC Solar's goods were in high demand and being utilized by big businesses. Karpoff gained credibility and drew more investors into his scam by fabricating these stories and passing them off as real business transactions. Additionally, he produced fictitious reports and documents to give the impression that the company was doing well. He frequently used these to persuade doubtful investors that DC Solar was a wise choice for their money. Fake partnerships and contracts were essential to preserving the appearance of success, since they offered concrete proof that could be used to persuade possible investors of the company's authenticity. Number 4. Lack of actual products. Although DC Solar claimed to be manufacturing cutting-edge solar-powered generators, many of its products were either non-existent or malfunctioning. Karpoff's business strategy focused more on marketing the concept of these generators than on producing functional goods. The promise of large returns and the company's seeming success frequently deceived investors. Thus, this lack of observable outcomes did not deter them. Karpoff was able to maintain the illusion for years by using monies from new investors to support the plan, even though the firm was not sustainable in the long run due to the lack of genuine items. Investors were frequently shown prototypes or mock-ups of the generators, but they were either never delivered or were not operational. Karpoff was able to sustain the hoax for a long time by concentrating on marketing the idea rather than the reality, since investors were more concerned with the possible profits than with confirming the existence of real goods. Number 3. Lavish lifestyle. Karpov funded his extravagant lifestyle with the stolen money, which included luxury automobiles, private aircraft, and even funding a NASCAR team. The enormous amounts of money he was able to amass through his Ponzi scheme were demonstrated by his excessive expenditures. Karpov further cemented his reputation as a prosperous businessman by leading an extravagant lifestyle, which drew more investors to his scam. The appearance of prosperity and achievement was essential to preserving the perception that DC Solar was a successful company. Karpov's lifestyle became a symbol of his alleged success, and potential investors were often dazzled by his apparent wealth and prestige. This picture of success was deliberately constructed to support the claim that DC Solar was a very successful business, which facilitated Karpov's ability to attract more funding. Number 2. Investigation and arrest. The scam was eventually uncovered in 2018 when federal agents launched an investigation into DC Solar. The investigation revealed the extent of Karpov's deception and the lack of actual business operations. Both Jeff and his wife, Paulette, were arrested and charged with running one of the largest frauds in U.S. history. The investigation highlighted the sophistication and scale of the scam, which had managed to deceive numerous wealthy investors over several years. The authorities were able to uncover the fake contracts, the lack of actual products, and the Ponzi scheme that had been used to keep the scam going. The case against Karpov was strengthened by the investigation's discovery of how he had maintained the appearance of a prosperous company through bribes and deceit. Number 1. Sentence and impact. Karpov received a 30-year prison sentence in 2021 for his involvement in the scheme. Investors lost over $1 billion, which had a devastating financial impact. The case serves as a warning about the perils of unbridled greed and the significance of doing your research before making an investment. It also emphasizes how even ostensibly sophisticated investors can become victims of fraud if they are duped by promises of large profits and fail to carefully consider their options. The Karpov case, which highlights the disastrous results of unbridled ambition and dishonesty, will go down in history as one of the most heinous instances of financial fraud. The sentence reflects the severity of the crime and the need for strong legal action against such large-scale financial frauds. Additionally, the case has led to increased scrutiny of investment opportunities and a greater emphasis on verifying the legitimacy of businesses before investing. To sum up, Jeff Karpov's incredible fraud serves as a warning about the perils of dishonesty and greed. His capacity to mislead even the most affluent and knowledgeable investors emphasizes how crucial diligence and skepticism are in financial transactions. His plan's legacy serves as a sobering warning of the dangers of unbridled ambition and the repercussions of deception. Thanks for watching our video, and don't forget to subscribe.